Maybe. Has there anybody been that has gone and said, like, I don't really like my name, like, my name's just Fred? My dream name is Aloysius.
Yeah, or you imagine everyone's pissed off that someone's named Yuri. Like,
Yeah.
you just automatically stigmatize, oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out with Yuri. What?
The what now?
Who? What are you doing? What circles are you traveling in that you're hanging out with someone named Yuri?
Are you in a sleeper cell?
I don't know.
Alright, so it's another week at TVGP. Can we complain about Batman again?
We always can complain about Batman because I just keep seeing these articles. Oh, it just passed Guardians of the Galaxy. It was like, with two of the biggest name comic book characters of all time, you just passed the B-list character.
Did you see the title for this new Spider-Man movie?
Oh, Homecoming?
Yeah. I was like, you're already setting it up for him to get. I can't take it, man. I can't do it again.
If it's a quick backflash scene, not this long drawn out going through the labs, and seeing it, because look at it this way. Like, all right, so go back to this bullshit again.
Yeah.
So if you look at the history of Batman, you've seen Batman's parents die at least a dozen times.
Mm-hmm.
At least a dozen times in several different forms of media. Spider-Man is probably maybe 4 to 5 times, twice on film, you've seen it happen.
Yeah. And now probably a third time. They should just treat it like
For Christ's sakes, the 1996 Spider-Man show had a bit every episode.
That's true.
In the credit sequence.
I feel like they should just handle it like Family Guy. Where it's like, hey Peter, remember we got bit by a spider? Yeah, I do. Flashback. Alright, moving on. See you in class.
That would be great. Do a cutaway for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think anyone's that clever.
No. Just do it during the opening titles.
So I was watching The Force Awakens again because I'm still just piecemealing my way through this movie because I've bought it.
Yeah.
So I'm going through that part where the big-eyed lady's like little village or whatever is getting attacked.
Yeah.
And then here comes like the X-wings, and there's that one scene where it kind of focused on Poe Dameron going around, and then like as I'm going through it, like, and he kills, I don't know, like 8 things in a row, and in my head, double kill, multi-kill, ultra kill, mega kill, monster kill. And I'm like, how has no one done this in this scene yet?
How has no one dubbed this thing over?
Because it's so perfect, because it just kind of goes ding, 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 like blows up stormtroopers, comes back around. Like, he wrecks like 20 dudes in this one little
and like at a good clip. That scene is so funny too, because it's like, alright, we're gonna go to this secret place where nobody has found for a really long time. The one Jedi shows up, it's totally gone now.
Yep.
And it's like, you know what? That maybe is a bit much.
Nothing secret. And then, like, if they have this giant map of the galaxy, how do they not know where this one little piece of this map is? Like,
I love when they pull up the map at the end and it's like, here's the map, and it's like, oh yeah, I wonder where it fits in that map. The part that goes exactly in there.
Like, so is that like section just removed from all nautical logs across the galaxy?
It's like, maybe he's in there.
Did they pull it from the Nexus? I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing that would have helped is like, how many planets are in there in that little chunk? Is it like 2 million or is it like 30?
And number one, like, you're in space. Why do you have to take this zigzagging route like the Northwest Passage?
That little yellow line.
Like, I'm watching the yellow line and I was like, who in their right mind? It's space. You can beeline anywhere.
Well, it's like a JRPG. It's like a Doom dungeon. You have to go get the yellow key and then go back over this way.
You got to go through the portal that takes you past your destination and work back.
Push this button, the lights come out, but then you can get the blue key.
Oh, that's great.
Oh man,
What? Like, I have so many problems with that movie. I don't, and again, I don't hate it.
I really liked it. Um, I think it's pretty good, but I don't think it's one of the movies where it's like I think it's a really good Star Wars movie. I think it's a pretty good movie, but I don't know if I'm gonna say it's like my favorite movie of all time.
It was just too long.
Yeah, I thought it was just long enough. It was a little bit. You could snip out a little bit here and there, but and it's funny watching the deleted scenes that are on the Blu-ray. Each one of them is like 30 seconds. It's like, well, why don't you just put that in there? It would have made the movie like a minute longer with all of them.
That's the other thing I really don't understand when they do that stuff like that. Like, well, I guess that's the difference between like a deleted scene or an extended scene.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
I really like a lot of the Avengers extended scenes that they had, and those, I mean, those were like 6 to 7 minutes.
Oh,
Like
nice.
some of those, like it's a legit scene that
Yeah.
didn't make the movie. Let me
It
see.
seems short. Yeah, your first playthrough is probably going to be pretty short.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
playing
I
Diablo
finished.
3
Yeah,
the first time. You know, you blow through the first playthrough and you're like, right now I have to grind. Now get all the loot.
yeah, I finished everything. I was probably right around 28. I did everything, but I didn't do any of the DLC missions. My
Mm.
first playthrough, in my genius thought, I was going to do them on True Ball Hunter, which
I'll
made them
I'll save them for the harder one.
stupid hard.
That's pretty good.
Hey, it's been like 2 weeks. I haven't played Borderlands.
Yeah. Cold
That's a
turkey.
that's a feat.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I finished the game and I forgot to write it down.
Jeez.
Blah.
Fall down on the job, bro.
Break. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so I'm exposing Liz to like all the weird shows that I found for BBC that
Mm.
was on Adult Swim. So I showed the first episode of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
I've been thinking about watching that lately. It's only like 6 episodes,
It's
so
six
it's just
episodes
an
of
afternoon.
gold. It's 6 episodes. It's still got it. It's still every bit as great as
It
you remember it
it's
being.
still every bit as weird.
Um, the so and it got me on this like thing. I was like, oh my god, like you like music? There's this great episode of the Mighty Boosh where they have like a crimp off, and like, well, what's a crimp? It's this little stupid song that's kind of made up on the spot, and everyone's in sync.
Yeah.
So it's so bizarre, whatever. So I'm trying to find a YouTube video of it, like of the episode. It is stripped, like it's like each little crimp song is been
Oh.
added, and they're all out of order. So he's like, ah. So I found the copy I have here at the house, procured,
Mhm.
and the episodes on those discs are probably 10 to 15 minutes longer than the episode that you remember.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, like everything goes on a lot longer, and there's all these little. I don't remember this at all.
This never happened.
Uh, yeah, especially the episode with the Peppermint Nightmare talking about the Eels episode.
Oh yeah.
That Eels song is like 5 minutes long in the back half of that show. Dude, eels, 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 eels.
No wonder why Adult Swim started snipping some of that.
Oh man. But yeah, that show still makes me laugh.
So dumb. You can't
It
help but
is.
love it.
It is so dumb. And if you tried to explain, well, that's Umbrello. That's his familiar. What's a familiar? It's like his spirit animal. Like
Yeah, like
it's
you
like
ever
the
played
gold
Symphony of the Night?
trumpet. Like, you know, it's like a manifestation of his spirit.
Yeah.
That dude, that little Naboo is still probably the weirdest looking human I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know how they found that dude.
He just
It's just unsettling.
like he's just tiny little, and his hands are massive.
Yeah. Is this really no longer tweeting out when the show goes live? Let's do that by hand, I guess. Internet.
I don't even know if I'm following the show.
How dare you?
I don't know. I should actively be tweeting more than I do. Ever.
I don't know. Does anyone?
I don't know. Like it's like it's how we rally the troops for game night or random collections.
Yeah.
Oh, peeps. Oh, thank you, Target. My weekly ad is here.
Is that noise in the background for you?
I just muted. Would you still hear it?
No. Nothing. So uncomfortable.
It is, isn't it? So uncomfortable right now.
Oh, it might be your case fan if your computer's still on your desk.
It is. What if I move the pop filter this way? Does that? Oh.
Well, nope. Everything's wrong.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. It's on fire.
Nope. This microphone just so damn good. Well, I don't know. I have it open right now, but this thing has just always ran so hot.
Yeah. Just need to buy yourself a new PC.
If I'm probably, most definitely, probably going to buy that Vive.
You'll have to at that point.
I might as well just kind of have that as like an end of the year project.
That's true. Well, and by that point, the Vive will maybe be cheaper, if not be more available, and then there'll be a ton of great games, hopefully. You know, something you can really sink your teeth into.
How long ago did I build this PC?
That's probably a pretty good indication of how long it has been.
Oh, man. No, I gotta know. Hold on here.
Was I still in Ohio when you built it?
That's a very good possibility.
So it's been at least 5 years.
Let me see. You've been in California for 5 years?
Just a little over 4, yeah.
Shut the front door.
I shall not.
What the heck happens? Time. Login. Please be the right password. Son of a...
Please enter current password. My saucy giblets. Oh, I forgot the exclamation mark.
I don't remember what my new egg password was, and I just reset it like 2 weeks ago or something.
You're probably resetting it for yourself in the middle of the night just to stop you from spending more money there.
That could be a possibility.
Your subconscious self. Excuse me.
My new egg ID or alright,
BestTheNips.com.
Well, I have locked myself out of that.
See you guys next week.
That is frustrating. Like, I just went in there to price check something that I bought. Like, it had been 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I have 2 of them. Oh no, the reset password is gonna go my Yahoo account. Oh no, that's gonna get buried in like 30 seconds in spam.
Everything's going so wrong.
All right, I'm going to close that out.
All right. Well, in lieu of that, you want to get started?
Do this. Hold on, I got a different way to do this. Hold on here. Well, sign in. Sign in. Glad that password still works.
Just let me in.
Oh no, why did I go to the work? Damn it. Sign out. Pay attention, John. Come on! God, I don't need to upgrade. Stop it. Alright. And that is... Oh, I gotta go everything in Outlook. Already. Hold on here. CC. New. Newegg. Let's see here. Search.
I feel like I missed a news story this week somewhere.
Nope, that's when I bought that video card. Just tracking information. Lenovo. Oh, Jesus, that thing's 3 years old now, that one tablet I bought.
Oh, wow.
Ordering summary. Lenovo Idea tab. The links. Thing was pretty big. Alright, US tracking number. Let me see here. Light on. Yep. 2012.
Wow. I mean, that's having a machine like that last 4 years.
Yeah, that was April 2012.
Yeah, so 4 years ago. That's not so bad.
That was all stuff what is this? Glasses for red cyan 3D glasses for reading? What?
What were you buying?
I don't know.
Duh, I was reading 3D books. Hello. Don't you remember?
AMD F890 FX SATA card.
Wow.
The hell? The PC's $2,000? What?
My little buddy.
That can't be right.
Was that mostly video card?
No, it was. I spent $1,100 on it.
Oh, that sounds more like it.
All right, let me see. I got the Zarembe AM3 Plus AM3 Plus socket, the 8 core processor, because I thought it'd be cool. Let me see. The processor was 250. The motherboard 190. The video card is the let me see, XFS double D FX77A. So that's a 770 card.
Okay.
That was 170.
That's a good price for that.
Let me see. I got a 128 gigs solid state. I was 160 at the time. Could you believe that?
Wow.
Let me see. Enermax power supply, 129. G-Skill, I got 16 gigs of RAM for $104.
That's a steal at that 4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, what is that clocked at? 10666. Let me see. Then the light on Blu-ray burner.
Naturally.
Light on CD-ROM, light on DVD-ROM drive.
For when you want to do those DVD to DVD copies.
Yeah, because it's, I always liked having 2 disk drives.
Yeah.
It's just a thing.
You never know.
And my 3 1/4 inch floppy. It is still plugged in.
Oh my god. Did I tell you what my dad asked me about the other day? He said, hey, I need an external 3.5 inch disc adapter so I can put some discs in. I was like, cool, and I sent one of those like it was like Western Digital My Books, I was like, here you go, I bought one of these, these are great. And he goes, no, like the floppy disks. And I was like, oh, well,
Do they even make those?
they do. They make USB ones. They're like $3. And it's basically like an external, it's just a disk drive and you plug it in your machine. He's like, cool. Could you also find one for zip drives? And I was like, no. They don't.
Actually, I
they
still
don't make
have
those.
my zip drive around here.
Yeah, it won't plug
I
into
dodged-
anything nowadays.
What, the US? It's USB.
Yeah, I was
But
looking.
you probably couldn't get the drivers to work.
That was the problem. Apparently, it's really hard to get the drivers working nowadays.
We really just talked about zip disks. Outside of Zoolander.
The only
It's a casserole, Sheila! It'll keep!
Oh, man. Alright, you ready to kick this thing off?
Sure.
We've gone down memory lane.
We should probably just say the show starts at 5.
That's true.
We do this every week.
Yeah, but this is part of the flavor.
This is the bonus content for those who show up for the live show.
Yeah, the extended scenes.
Sure is cold in here. Damn right.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me, as always, is Knobs.
What's up?
2 pieces of programming notes this week. Number 1, our good friend and my co-host on PUP and music maker Musim, who made the fantastic theme song you just heard if you're listening to the audio version. If you're listening to the video version, sorry. He has a new album out. You should go pick it up. It's at musim, musim.bandcamp.com. All of his music is really good. Go check it out. And go straight to him. He's doing his own thing. So go check it out, musim.bandcamp.com. And secondly, Game Club. This month's Game Club has been decided. It's Spec Ops: The Line. So that came out for, I know I have it on PC. It also came out for 360 and PS3. So that's got to be super cheap at this point. Apparently it's really great, and somehow I haven't gotten this game spoiled, even though apparently it's very story focused.
Yeah, I've heard fun things about it. I think I might participate.
Yeah, I'll probably check that out. That seems pretty good. So go check that out. Spec Ops: The Line. You got 4 whole weeks to go play a game. It's probably not that long. How long does HowLongToBeat.com say this game is going to take? Spec Ops: The Line. It takes about 6 hours. So you have 6 hours.
You do.
I know you do. If you listen to this show, you got free time. So I don't know why that's an equivalency. Anyway, so go check that out, Spec Ops: The Line. We'll talk about it next month. I think that we record on the 12th of May. But enough of that. Mr. Knobs, what have you been playing?
Dimebag just brought up a good point here.
Oh.
The Duke beta. I have to dig that up because I have a code for it because I bought stuff somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think I got a code for that. Although feedback so far has sort of been like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I read a few articles about that too. There's no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Could be the end of the franchise.
I feel like any time a Doom game comes out, it's the end of the franchise, and then a couple years later, everyone's like, yeah, that game was actually pretty good. Now that I gave it a fair shake, that game was all right.
Oh yeah, like I was so against Doom 3.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! And then I finally I had to go into the whatever and do the mods that I had to do to play that game to see that game.
The flashlight mods.
Man, I did not expect that Cyber Demon at the end of that game was great.
That
What
game
a
did
payoff.
nothing for itself with any marketing or anything.
It did everything you needed not to play that game. It did.
Yeah.
Like it checked all. Wait, do people like to see? Well, yeah. So let's not do that.
Get rid of that.
Let's force everyone to use a flashlight. Okay, that's awesome.
But not
Let's
a
put
gun at the
tons
same
of
time.
boxes. Let's put tons of boxes everywhere.
Sounds great.
So that
Mars
you
needs
can't get
boxes.
into. And but the design, that game fully lit is amazing looking.
Yeah.
Still bananas.
It could have been one of those games like Crisis, because it was really pushing computers pretty hard at that point. But because it did everything else wrong, everyone was like, no. I mean, in Crisis, I can punch a dude and he flies through the air.
Yeah,
I'll play
and
that
I
game.
can see it happen.
Yeah, exactly. The sun's out.
I don't have to switch to my flashlight real fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Where'd he go?
Pew!
Oh no, I missed it.
Yeah, poor Doom.
But
man.
I think one of my favorite things was the dudes that had the missile rockets. What are those guys called? The Seekers.
Revenants?
Revenants, yeah. The ones they're more human form than they were. They weren't like super tall and lanky, but their skin had turned completely translucent.
Oh, jeez.
It was such a crazy effect that you really couldn't see with the flashlight.
Ironically enough.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like, oh great, they're skeleton dudes. Oh wait, there's some mass around. That's really interesting.
Yeah, there's some gross stuff in there.
Oh. Anyway, so Monday night game night. Left 4 Dead still has our hold on us. We had another great, I'm not gonna say fail, but another hilarious thing. Another person tried to do it through the 360 again. Frogane came back.
Oh, hey, nice.
Yeah, it wasn't Hyper Spiky. I can't remember the other guy's name now. I should write this stuff down. But
That's okay.
yeah, a few old blasts from the past came by, and we all sat around, had a good old time again.
L for D2 bringing them out.
Yeah, we played that again on late Saturday night. No, it was late Friday night. Yeah, late Friday. No, late Saturday night. We were up playing again, playing Dead Center, bringing the pain to the masses and forced the rage quit.
Nice. Dream Team coming back.
Just another rage quit, and man, this game's so much fun. I had to go down to Donnie's house and download all the DLC for him, so now we can play the old maps.
If anyone wants to know, hey, who's Donnie? He's that guy.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. So I was like, hey Donnie, did you download the DLC yet? And he's like, I did, but no. What?
Yes, I did,
kinda,
but also no.
What kind? You can imagine like me losing my mind. Like, what do you? You didn't answer the question.
It
It's yes
be
or
both,
no.
Donnie.
It can't be both. And he just goes, yes. He's just like
coming over to
kill
you.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you saying? Did you download DLC or not? I want to, but no. Like,
I like how he won't come out and just say, no, I don't know how.
yes, he did come to that. That's like I went over his house last night. I'm like, okay, here you go. This blah 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 blah. Done.
You literally click like 4 buttons.
Yeah, well, it's weird on the Xbox One to download a DLC. You really have to go into the Game Hub and then just activate all the things and download them.
Yeah.
It's not very intuitive
There's no
at all.
download all DLC button, unfortunately.
But it's handled.
Nice.
And now we can play, because I am jonesing for some Death Toll.
Oh, yeah. Death Toll's
map.
so good.
Love that map.
Oh.
Those first 5 maps are still might be some of the best maps ever made.
Really, really well designed. And it's crazy how well designed they are that I don't think they had to change them very much, if at all, for the new Special Infected.
No, if anything, it made them it made it harder on the survivors than anything else.
Yeah.
But man, that game. If you want to join in some comedy madness, you need to come play with us because it is
pure comedy gold.
the amount of weird innuendo things we do with the Special Infected is just fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. It's gold, Jerry. Gold. And then this weekend was 4 times XP weekend on Battlefield 4, so we had to take advantage of that.
Wow.
And of course I had to use my 200 XP boost.
Oh, jeez.
So I am just racking up XP. I think I leveled up twice. And for me, I had to earn, I think, 280,000 XP to level up once.
Wow.
And I did it twice.
Jeez.
And I wasn't playing very good that night either. But started playing with some new weapons again, just to fill out my things or whatever. Because I like unlocking stuff. It's fun.
Yeah.
You can fill those bars. Yeah. So that was a good time. We just have a blast playing Battlefield and just it's like our background noise. Like we're all doing the same thing, just chit chatting about the day.
I mean, that's really what we loved about Party Chat on the 360. Even if you weren't
Yes.
even playing the same game, it was just at least you could all hang out together and just shoot the poops.
Yeah, so last night we got in a heated debate about local fast food in the greater Akron, Canton, Cleveland area.
Naturally.
And because I am not a fan of Swenson's.
Okay.
Not at all. Now, for those local, I think that burger is garbage. Like it is just the worst.
Yeah.
Like why do I want to have your Galley Boy sauce on this sandwich that's
God.
literally mustard and tartar sauce?
Oh, God.
And it
I
was
just
like,
got
oh
nauseous.
yeah, this burger's so great. Let's put a pimento olive on it.
Just one.
Why not? Yeah,
Yeah.
like through a toothpick through the top through the wax paper. It's
We fancy.
I just don't like this. So we got this big argument of what's better, Swenson's or Mr. Hero.
Mr. Hero, hands down.
Yeah, it's what I said too. I was like, what is not there to love about Mr. Hero?
It's gross,
Number
and it
one-
fills you up, and it's like $1.
I forgot what is the stupid potato cheese thing that they have at Tasters or something.
I don't
At
remember.
Swenson's, they're horrible tater tots.
Ugh.
And I was like, dude, give me waffle fries and cheese sauce any day of the week. I don't
Waffle
care.
Fries. Hell
That's
yeah,
right.
son.
Fries.
Oh, Mr.
Waffle
Hero.
fries loaded up with some malt vinegar. Oh, you can't go wrong.
That's like the one restaurant we don't have out here.
But yeah, so we're arguing about that, and then I brought up Five Guys. Donnie's like, Five Guys is too expensive. It's just too expensive. But it's a good burger.
Yeah, I'm sorry. A delicious, well-made burger is too expensive. My bad.
Yeah, I would rather have a Five Guys burger versus like the 7 Galley Boys that I could get for the same money.
Right.
There's no value there. If this is good, that is not.
Yeah, pay for quality.
So we went into this thing and we started arguing about all these local food chains between myself, Ian, Bulger, and Donnie just going crazy about food.
Oh, man.
And I don't think that wrapped up till around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds about right.
So, yeah, you get us wound up talking about food. Because I was talking about that prison cheese sauce that Donnie gave me. So Donnie's dad has a trucking company, and they had an extra pallet of these little cheese cups. That's like it's Velveeta cheddar, Velveeta cheese with jalapeno spices in it.
Oh, jeez.
It is so rank. It is the worst. And he's like, "Here, want some cheese sauce?" I'm like, "What am I? What? Where did you get this?" It's like, "Well,
What do you work at Papa John's now?
It's like, well, the prison over ordered, so we have a whole." Like, what are you talking?
All right, wait. You're starting your story as the prison over-ordered. So,
Yeah. I was like, isn't Pop Barker going to be upset about this? Like,
well, legally
So-
we can't feed it to the inmates, so they gave it to us.
yeah, so he invited me over for a burger, and I thought was
For
going to be
cheese sauce
a burger
party?
and fries. No, I get a burger and a baked potato and the cheese sauce. I'm like, all right, I'll give this a whirl.
I'm out of here. You're crazy.
Oh, man, I felt ill.
I feel ill thinking about it. Velveeta cheese
That is bad.
in a cup is bad enough by itself, and then you say jalapeno spices.
Oh,
Not little bits of it. Just the spices.
yeah, just spices.
Yeah.
Like it infused Velveeta cheese.
Individual pieces of jalapenos were too fancy for Velveeta.
Well, yeah, because I can only imagine what they can do with that.
Yeah.
So they could probably ferment the pieces.
Who knows?
There's their concern for
A
contraband.
jalapeno shiv.
But it wasn't as gross as the 2-year-old pickle I ate out of my fridge. So
Yeah, I guess that's if you're gonna rank disgusting stuff you've eaten this week. Yeah,
yeah, it was a weird week.
a little bit. Yeah,
I was just looking for a palate cleanser, so I just grabbed the pickle, just not thinking. And I look at the jar, like, I cannot remember when I purchased this.
that sounds like a jar of pickles in a fridge.
So I ate it and I didn't get sick. So,
That means you're stronger now.
but it missed the sell-by date by 2 years.
But it didn't kill you. So
I don't
now you
know.
live a year longer.
We'll see.
That's how science works. I'm a scientist.
We'll see. I just found the fountain of youth in my fridge.
Exactly. Vlasic pickles.
Vlasic pickles with just a dash of penicillin.
Yeah.
Just
Bread and butter and penicillin.
just a dash. I finished Quantum Break.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed. Oh, excuse me. I really enjoyed that game.
I enjoyed it so much. I'm a little nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you liked how long did that take you? Probably like 10, 12?
Yeah,
Thereabouts?
somewhere about there.
Yeah.
And that was, scouring everything and not realizing how to scour and look for stuff until probably a third of the way through the game. Like, all right. So let's turn on Detective Vision. All right, this stuff stands out. I'm going to go open everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, that game ends really well and has a really, really odd after-the-credit sequence.
Oh, weird. Well, it is Remedy, so.
I think she went full Katniss on it. I think now he's the bad guy. But,
Funny.
that game isn't old enough to say that.
Probably not. Let me. Yeah, that's 47, 45.
Sorry.
45. I'll spoiler. Although to be fair, you didn't say who is the who now, but
I
you're
think
watching
it's
this live.
fairly obvious. But
Sorry.
with my rogues gallery of characters, Agent Broyles and Bobby Drake and
Yeah.
Littlefinger.
Yeah, Bobby Drake
So-
versus Littlefinger. So
Yeah.
do you think you're gonna go back and play through it again to do different choices?
No,
Really?
no, because I felt like I had a really nice experience.
You feel like you got your story?
Oh yeah, I feel like I understand that the things with different choices. I understand the consequences in both of those because I kind of could see the cliff notes of how and what would have transpired differently if I had made these choices. So you kind of feel like you're making all choices as you're going through, which was really, really nice that you don't have to suffer through another gameplay to see a different experience.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm curious about is making a different choice and how it plays out in the show. That's
right.
the only thing where I would be.
Was there anything that changed or sort of was there anything new that came about in the gameplay overall, or did you kind of have the same powers the whole time and they just get better?
No, not really.
Yeah.
You kind of does a nice march of progression that as you're getting more experience with your time manipulation, you're kind of figuring out different ways to tweak it.
Sure.
Or different ways to exploit it, and you do a few things a little different, and then you give so you have a puzzle in front of you that you would need to do your super time speed dash to, which you've never done before, and you're like, oh yeah, I just learned this. So, and then you use it once, and then you have to use it like that ever again.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, there are times where you're like, oh wait, I can run super fast. All right, so I'm gonna go blah 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 blah. I'm gonna flashpoint this sucker and just
Right.
get out of it. So, it was really cool. Decent end fight too.
Oh,
It was pretty good. Pro tip: at the end, where this guy's summoning this giant wall of red stuff, do not run into the red stuff. It kills you.
That's probably a good call.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it has a larger range than you would think. Just run to the other side of the gym. You're
Yeah.
fine. So, and lastly, this week, I downloaded the beta for Battleborn this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I kind of love this game.
Yeah, you're getting in your first MOBA?
Is that what this thing is?
Man, I don't even know what Battleborn is.
I watched a video what does this mean? Why are these all these different factions? There's I think there's 5 or 6 different groups of characters that you have to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's 25 characters, and that's a good shooter.
Is it?
Right? Yeah, it's a good shooter.
Well, I mean, it's Gearbox, so.
Yeah, and it's colorful and fun and quirky, and it's everything Gearbox knows how to do right, just from Borderlands. I think it's going to be one of those fun games that I can play for a while.
Yeah, I thought this was a MOBA. It's different than that. This is it's a lot like Blizzard's Overwatch, where it's like that five v
Yes.
five.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it has like a story mode thing to it that you can play co-op with.
Oh, interesting.
Which you can play either single player by yourself, which is really really hard. Which I wish I was doing before I hopped on here. I'm like, man, this would be nice with friends, but it's not that portion. But I played originally. I just hopped into some random matchmaking game with some people, and yeah, I get it. That game, it's cooperative. A guy goes down, you can revive him or let him respawn or blah 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 whatever. It's Yeah, I can see a lot of different variants, and being a well outfitted group of people can just waste everything.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm
Like,
watching some of the gameplay now. I'll have to download this and try it. I wasn't very interested in it originally, but if you're feeling it, then there's probably something there.
I think this game seems like it has even probably Monday Night Game potential.
Oh, nice.
Like to me, I kind of had like the feeling I have of Overwatch is it's just like Team Fortress. It's just weirder.
Yeah,
As
like
if that game could get weirder.
if you could get a crew together to kind of roll pretty regularly.
Yeah, I think this one has that kind of element to it, but it does some stuff a little different. Like it's kind of fun. Like just picked what was it, Alpha Charlie?
Hmm.
I think is the guy I picked. Like just your base run soldier guy, and his whenever he has like his skills right off the bat are you launch a grenade, and you can upgrade the. Well, I'll get to the upgrading thing in a second here. Did you hear that?
No, no.
Yeah, someone had a really loud motorcycle, probably a few blocks away. It just kind of reverberated in my eardrums.
Oh yeah.
Um, so he has his grenade, and then he has a stealth mode where he goes in, and when he hits his stealth mode, it's like, super sneaky mode. It just runs around, but as soon as you shoot, you break it, and then blah 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 whatever. So you can run your way out of trouble to kind of regain your shields.
Mm.
But it has this kind of quick 10 level system. You really don't hear that?
I do not.
All right, sorry.
It's one of those things where it's like, God, this is so loud, and you're like, no, I nothing.
Yeah, like I cannot believe that doesn't get picked up. So it has like you have a 10 level progression. You're like it's like a DNA helix.
Oh,
And
I just saw it here in this video. Yeah.
so you can hold up and hit right or left on your triggers to pick which way you want to go. So you can just kind of level up quick, boom, 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 done, and you're back in the fight. Like really streamlined leveling system, and that is a per round basis. So
Right.
as the better you're fighting and stuff, the faster you'll go through your tree to get your character outloaded the way you want him to be outloaded. I haven't got to the point where I can actually play with the character look or gear and stuff yet, because I got to be level 3 for that. So I am grinding that out because
So you have like
curious.
an overall like a count level basically where
Yes.
you're getting experience after each match. Okay, that seems like
Yeah,
a fairly standard thing at this point.
Right. So at the end of each match, like I think your max level's 15 per character, and there's 25 of them to play with.
Yeah.
So you could literally go through and kind of pound your way and get everyone leveled up, and probably, I'm guessing, within 20, 25 rounds, you probably get them. But their challenges to unlock their backstories is another set of special challenges, and there's, I think, 5 or 6. I think it's 5, 2, 2, and 1, and one big one in the middle. But yeah, like to unlock like the first story, I think I got to fire 50,000 bullets with my soldier. So it seems fun. Like it's got this real weird thing, and listen to what every character was in that one video. Like what is Battleborn? And like they go through every character on script, and that's another great video. Like kind of claptrap-esque kind of humor and stuff to it. It's nice. I think this game is going to be a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That seems interesting. I thought it was more like there's some other stuff where it's primarily just 5v5, but this seems like it has a bunch of other stuff in it, like mobs that are around, and not just not just the 5v5. So it's more, instead of it just being competitive, it's kind of co-op and competitive at the same
Yeah.
time, which is really what we're looking for.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing that I think why Left 4 Dead still has its hold on us is as you're playing as the special infected, it just opens that game up into something special that I don't think has been recaptured. And that's the other thing like that I wish more games would include would incorporate into their games is if you're picking a faction like and make that faction permanent, like you will lose everything you've earned if you want to switch and try something new.
Right.
Like you have some sense of loyalty to these things. Like in Mag, like I still think that's the one thing that really made that game special is everyone was all in on whatever group they picked.
And you could switch, but you lose all your unlocks.
Right. You lose everything. And nothing carried between factions, which was great.
Wait, hold on. This game has a character named Toby who is a penguin in a mech suit?
It is.
Yeah, I gotta try this.
That's not even it. Like there was a description of one of the characters that has a demon bound to her, and the demon's upset. It's bound to a moody teenager.
The only thing that drives me crazy about this game is that mushroom guy. I don't like the character design of that guy at all.
Oh, he's awesome!
He's
so awesome.
Minor, but
I love that guy.
It's Montana.
Really, you don't like the big Oriental style hat on him?
I think it looks so dumb.
I love the dandy cyborg guy.
He looks pretty cool.
Oh, he looks awesome. He has a weird name for his rifle too. Of course he does. And his little mustache pops up as like that blue like hologram.
All right, I gotta put that trailer away. I'll download that tonight and I'll give that a shot. That seems interesting.
It does. It seems like it could be a lot of fun. It just got to get some peeps to play with.
Yeah. Some regular peeps.
Guys. I'm literally when we're done with the episode is I'm running down to Donnie's house. I'm gonna break in with this code.
Yep.
And download it on his Xbox One downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, look, it just showed up. That's so weird.
Yeah, look, hey, Donnie, I broke it and installed it for you.
Yeah, it's been handled. You don't have to worry about the particulars.
I did not want to hash this out over the phone again.
Right. We know what happened last time.
But, yeah. Oh, and I downloaded Sunset Overdrive because it was free.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well have a digital copy of it.
Yep. And I already own it, so whatever.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
Go through and play that DLC now.
Yep, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I played this week, so.
All right, I popped into Destiny for maybe an hour total. New patch came out that has a bunch of kind of minor, a whole lot of minor things that are in there. And there's basically kind of pulling up the numbers on a bunch of stuff, so you can get to higher levels now, and there's higher level challenges and stuff like that. It's still Destiny. I played the PvP a little bit and sort of poked around some of the new stuff. Probably not strong enough to pull me back in. I feel like if you're looking to get back into Destiny and kind of power level your light level pretty quickly, you can probably do that really easily now. A lot of different activities drop really high level stuff now. But if you've been playing Destiny for a while and you're still active in it, this isn't what you're looking for. It's not really adding enough stuff. So the rumor continues to be, fall will be the big expansion. So, and then this time next year will be kind of the Destiny 2, quote unquote. So maybe I'll just wait until fall. I got other stuff to play. Risk of Rain came out on PS4 and PS Vita this week. And I am happy to report it is great. I have to give these guys a ton of credit because they came out with a game that is not only really great, it's on PS4, it's dog showing up. On PS4, it's 1080p 60 frames locked. It's a pretty simple looking game, so there's not, unless there's a ton of stuff on screen, it never really got too bogged down. Apparently on Vita, it's 60 frames as well. It's only $10, and that's cross-buy. And even better for the Vita, it's less than 100 megs. Dog. So uncomfortable. So if you're a Vita owner, you're probably worried about your memory card and its size thereof. This is a really great game for less than 100 megs. So
Really?
yeah, it's super great. Um, it has all the Risk of Rain stuff in there. If nobody's played Risk of Rain before, it's kind of like it's a 2D, not really a platformer, but kind of a shooter. The main thing is it's the levels are randomized, and you're kind of trying to go through 5 levels and then fight a boss at the end. But the main thing about it is it. This dog is very insistent. The game gets harder the longer you play it. So it starts out on easy, and it moves to medium, hard, insane, impossible, all that stuff. So by about the 45 or 50-minute mark, it's enemies are spawning like crazy. They're all bosses are spawning like crazy. And hopefully by that point, you have managed to progress through levels fast enough and kill bosses fast enough that you have enough weapons, or you've upgraded your character enough that you can actually fight that stuff. If not, you probably died way earlier. But Risk of Rain is really great, and I feel like this is a game that keeps getting skipped over by people. It's only $10. You can get it. You probably have a PS4 or a Vita, so go buy it. It's really, really good. I played a lot more Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is really good. I would have to say that if anybody has been intimidated by Binding of Isaac, or they don't like the content possibly, or the art style or whatever, pick up Enter the Gungeon. If you want to get into roguelikes or roguelites, Enter the Gungeon is a really friendly. It manages to be really friendly in that the tutorial is really good. It explains a lot of stuff really clearly, but it also has a really great sense of mystery where there's so much stuff to unlock in that game by doing so many crazy things. I unlocked a secret character by carrying an item throughout the entirety of the game and turning it into an NPC at the end of the game. And that was so freaking hard. Because every time you rolled, which is pretty critical in this game, you dropped the thing. And if it was going to pit, that's it. You can't get that thing back. I think Enter the Gungeon is super great. I really wish I could. I think if you're interested in seeing it, go to my YouTube channel, bostonhand.com. I upload a video every day of just a run or two. It's so good. It's good enough that I'm making videos of it all day, and then I'm hitting my PS4, and then I'm playing that for the rest of the day at this point. So go check it out. Check out my YouTube channel if you want to see more. If not, just go buy it. I'd probably still recommend the PC version at this point. PS4 version for me is starting to crash a bunch. And the developers are doing really, really great work patching the PC version. I think they've put out 7 patches in the last week, just to knock down issues and then nerf a bunch of stuff that was a little too overpowered. So far it's really good. And it works with any controller you have. So, check out Enter the Gungeon. And last but not least, playing Marvel Avengers Academy.
Oh yeah, I played that a little bit.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
I'm just tapping stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not reading anything.
Just putting.
Tap.
Oh, you should be reading some of the stuff when the two people pop up on the screen and talk to each other.
You see, it pops up in times where I'm playing it. Like I really cannot be paying attention to it.
Oh yeah. No, some of the story stuff is pretty interesting because.
I just know the emo Hydro kids showed up and we just beat them up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that game a lot. In that it's pretty straightforward about it being a push stuff and wait game, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna have all my Avengers do their stuff, and then all right, I'll be back in about 4 hours. Thankfully, did you unlock the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff?
No.
So I unlocked that a little bit ago, and I kind of wish that I had started playing this like a month ago, because I feel like I could unlock most of that stuff over time, but there's only like 10 days left in the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff before it scoots its way out of the game,
Oh,
which is kind of a bummer. I'm hoping that they'll come back with another one of these kind of timed events later on down the line. It seems like this is maybe the first one, but I kind of wish that I'd gotten into it earlier so I could do as much of that stuff without having to spend the money, because you don't unlock all that stuff for spending 20-30 bucks, but I don't really want to do that. So
no.
I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we talked about Avengers Academy last week, but it's free. It's a tap stuff and wait game. It's the Avengers in high school, and it has some fun writing about Nick Fury basically being a school principal and trying to trick all these young Avengers into clearing out this time fog that's around this city and unearthing old
It's
Marvel
a lot
stuff.
like the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. Like
That's true.
It is. It's a lot like that, where they're all just a bunch of kids.
Yeah. It's really good. And it's free, and you don't have to spend any money. And thankfully it's not really annoying about, every time you pop it up, it's like, hey man, if you just spent like $5, you could be really good. Thankfully it doesn't do anything like that, but yeah, check that out. And beyond that, I've just been playing a lot of Enter the Gungeon. So that's all I've been playing. Let's take a break.
Right. Yeah, I think like Battleborn's got such a really cool style.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and download that after we're done. I forgot to talk about the two guns that I just unlocked in Enter the Gungeon that are really good. One is a magic lamp. If you hit an enemy 3 times with it, a genie comes out and uppercuts them, and they blow up.
Oh, that's awesome!
The other one is a compressed air container. You charge it up and you shoot it at an enemy, and a shark fin comes out, and then a land shark comes in and grabs them and eats them.
Oh, that's awesome.
This game is so good.
What's that for?
Enter the Gungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it for?
Oh, PC, PS4. It's not an Xbox One. Hopefully it will be someday, but
Is it on the Vita?
I don't believe so. I think it's just PC and PS4. Or I should say Steam and PS4, but your PC can run it. It's not very it won't push anybody's system very hard. And you can just plug in your 360 or Xbox One controller into it and it'll work.
Alrighty.
That's the thing I love about PC indie games now. You can plug a controller into virtually any game, and number one, it'll work, and number two, they'll change the button, like the button mappings and the button displays.
Well, yeah, I would plug it in, but my dog ate my controller.
Oh. Well then.
Remember we discovered that one in mid-show?
Forgot about that.
Oh, but I think I have one of those wireless
This is a
dongles around here
360
somewhere.
Wired controller now.
It can't be more than $20.
No.
Alright, I can call Donnie back here.
$30.
What?
That's a pretty good price for like a brand new one.
Hey, Samson, what are you doing?
I forgot.
Donnie, what's up, man?
Download stuff remotely.
Yeah, I called you. Are you home? Okay, you're gonna be home tonight? Alright, I need you to download a game. Can you figure that out? You're looking for a game called Battleborn. No, I know you're not right in front of your console right now. I'm I think you'd have fun with this. I think I already told Tomsy to download it. I'm sure he followed orders. Yes, I will text you the name of it. All right, buddy. I will talk. And as soon as I'm done recording here, I'm gonna follow up. And if you hadn't, I'm coming down and doing it for you. All right. All right, bye.
I forgot I can download stuff to my PS4 remotely, so I just started to download a Battleborn.
That is a cool feature.
Hold on, my Marvel Avengers Academy. Black Widow just got back from doing some research on Nick Fury.
Uh-oh. Spies and spies.
Yeah, she's actually wearing. You can see her here. She's wearing the Russian outfit as
Nice.
part of the storyline.
You know, so I could have sworn this article came up probably like 4 or 5 years ago. How much to make Vader's suit?
Okay.
Like I've seen that. I swear I've seen that before, and everyone's like reposting it now. Like, oh, like this is the newest thing. No one's ever done this before.
Like building a full suit of his?
But no, like with the things, deflect laser blasts and blah
Oh,
blah blah.
okay.
Like the
Hypothetically.
whatever. Apparently, it's $18.3 million.
I mean, that seems pretty cheap.
It does. I thought the same
Keeping
thing.
yourself alive.
I am so irrationally excited for Civil War.
Yeah, they keep releasing trailers, and they all look really good.
I know. What about Ghost in the Shell? Huh?
I saw that. I thought you were going to talk about Doctor Strange. You watched that trailer?
Oh my gosh.
That looks
All right.
fucking hot.
So here's the thing. Like I don't know which Infinity Stone's going to be his talisman.
Oh, interesting.
That's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that trailer was awesome.
That was
or that
great.
teaser.
It was 2-minute teaser, and I was like, But yeah, like I wasn't super excited about Doctor Strange. I'd probably see it because I like Benedict Cumberbatch. But man, that trailer was super good.
Yeah, it's such a quirky universe. Like those effects. I know everyone's gonna be bagging. Oh, they're just aping Inception.
Yeah,
Like,
not really. I mean, there was that one shot where like the city is unfolding, but that's different.
Yeah, the city unfolds, and then they get that one dude that just breaks reality like this, and
God,
it just starts
so
spinning.
cool looking.
But yeah, and what's her name as the ancient one is a genius cast. Oh
Yeah,
my
I thought
god!
so too.
And I was talking about, talking about Liz. Like she's like, did you see her? She looks great. I was like, dude, you should see her in Constantine.
Yeah,
Like she was like
God, she was so
amazing.
good in
Like
that.
that was, ah,
man, that movie's good.
that and surprisingly, Gavin Rossdale was pretty good in that movie too.
I forgot about that. Yeah. What other movie did you mention?
Shoot.
Before I brought up. God, no.
Oh, Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War looks really good. I thought you mentioned another one.
Civil War. Civil War. We referenced Constantine from Doctor Strange. I think that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but dude, that's coming out in November.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about that. I was like, we'll see that next year. What? Nope, never mind. Couple months.
Yeah, I guess the Inhumans movie seems to be the bastard child in the Marvel slate because it keeps getting bumped back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What movies are in the third phase here? Marvel Cinematic Universe.wikia.com.
Well, this is the first one. Civil War, Thor
Yeah.
Ragnarok,
Doctor Strange
Guardians
seems
2,
like it's the first one.
Doctor Strange.
This
then
has it as Doctor Strange is the first one in Phase 3, but that doesn't... Yeah,
because I thought technically Ant-Man was the first one in Phase 3.
No, apparently that was the last one in Phase 2.
Huh.
Yeah, so Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, third Thor, Black Panther, which should be interesting,
Yes.
Infinity War 1 and 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Inhumans someday.
Yeah.
Poor Inhumans.
See, that's the other thing that's it's going crazy with. Like, are they going to have these characters in Infinity War before they have their own movies?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems
Like
like
they would
some of them
have
are.
to.
Yeah, like everything. It's Guardians. So Doctor Strange, Guardians, Spider-Man, Thor, and Black Panther happened before Infinity War Part 1. And then Ant-Man, Wasp, and Captain Marvel happened before Part 2.
Oh, so they're breaking up big parts then.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not back to back 1 and 2.
It doesn't seem like it. At least not right now.
They would have to bring in the extra people in for part 2.
Yeah, because this time next year should be Infinity War Part 1, and then a year after that is Part 2. It's like their tentative timeline. But I'm sure that's changed already. You know, as soon as I say it out loud.
I don't know. It's exciting.
More
But
Marvel movies, as long as they continue to be good.
my only real concern is that the DC properties are just going to bring down because there's just oversaturation.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they're doing because they have a lot of TV shows which are allegedly really good. I've never seen any of them.
Like Gotham got weird,
Yeah, I've heard the Flash is okay though.
and the Green Arrow was all right.
Yeah, I heard Arrow was good.
And now they're doing Legends of Tomorrow,
Oh, really?
but here's the thing: like none of that stuff ties into the cinematic universe that they're doing, the
Interesting.
DCC.
Yeah, you
But
know
yeah,
me.
yeah. uh,
Gotcha.
oh man, but even Marvel's having that same problem. Is I don't know, like I thought for sure they were going to tie in stuff with Agents of Shield, but they still haven't let anyone know that they brought Clark Gregg back from the dead yet.
I almost feel like for some of those it would be okay if they don't. You know, like some of the Netflix stuff, like if you don't bring that into, or even if you're just like, hey, we're in, Shield headquarters and what's her face is sitting over in the corner. Hey guys, how you doing? You know, like that's beyond that.
I don't know because I think the Netflix side had casted so well that I don't see how they should not take advantage of having those characters established already.
At least Luke Cage.
Yeah,
He's perfect.
Well,
Bring him over.
Well, yeah, even whatchamacallit, Rittman as Jessica Jones was great, and Daredevil, Punisher both knocked him out of the park.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm really excited about Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I'm so sick. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Iron Fist.
Yeah, it could be really cool.
And Iron Fist would directly be drawn right into the Mystic stuff from Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I hope that they don't try and overload too much stuff. You know, if they try and streamline as much as they can.
Well, the thing is that they've been so fortunate that everything hasn't been horrible.
Yeah.
Like, everyone bags on that Thor: The Dark World movie. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the better entries in the series. Number one, they got his hair right. He looks like normal hair. Doesn't look all yellow.
Right.
He doesn't look like a bleached surfer
Look
bum.
all wiggy.
Yeah, they did in the first Thor movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
All right. I am ready to do the second segment here whenever you are.
Yes, sir. Oh, Ghost in the Shell was the other thing we were trying to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I've seen...
I saw the still.
Yeah, I saw the still of Scarlett Johansson as the Major. Yeah, I mean, sure. I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, that is going to be case in point number one for whitewashing.
Oh, it already is. I mean, especially when there was that rumor out that... Who was it? Weta or whoever's doing the special effects had, like, a system to make white actors look more Asian.
That's
not
not how
rumor
that
at this
should
point,
work.
but like, just.
I mean, in all
Asian
honesty,
actors.
dude, they outnumber white people. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not find one that fits the character? I don't know.
It's basically like proof positive of the the whitewashing. And the other thing too about Ghost in the Shell is like the primary thing about the original Ghost in the Shell movie is it's this thing about when do you cross the line from being human to being a machine?
Yes.
This movie will probably be a lot of shooting. Most of that original movie was a lot of talking.
Yes.
Without mouths moving. A lot of, like, in-brain talking.
I don't know. That still scene where she tries to rip off that hatch of that tank, just rips her arms off.
It's so cool.
That is so cool.
I should watch that movie again.
But here's the thing, like, essentially, it's almost like Lucy. Like, I imagine it's going to be a lot. It's going to follow a lot of those same story beats.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like something so strange to make of everything, and it hasn't been dormant for a while either, because the TV show's been going on. It's really good.
Well, yeah, they got Rise. What is it? There's that other second gen or something, and then they just released a new movie. Ghost in the Shell's a new movie. I haven't watched it yet. But
I wonder if that's just because every time they finish a season, they condense the season into a movie. So I don't know if that's like the third season or whatever.
Huh. Did you? That looks like right on point with the old Ghost in the Shell. So I don't know if it was another rehash.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's look.
Did you watch Ava yet?
No, it's sitting. It was sitting next to me. Damn it.
We need to go over that.
Where is it? Ah, here it is. It's right next to my copy of Mindless Self-Indulgence, Pink. There it is.
There it is. Because I have no one else to talk to about this.
Continuation of the Ghost in the Shell Arise story arc. So what is Arise? It's reimagining.
I haven't watched any of Arise.
Reimagining of the Ghost in the Shell movie. New character designs. Something. So that's a new series. Movie is set after the events of Arise. Okay, so, whatever. It's Ghost in the Shell, so you'll probably figure it out.
Yeah.
Christopher Sabat doing the voice of Bateau. Awesome. Oh my god, Chris Sabat does like 10 voices in DBZ now.
Really?
Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Kami, Mr. Popo.
Why does it make me laugh every time?
Oh, Kami. Raccoon, Corinne, Berter, Shenlong, Zarbon, Guru, Purunga, others. So I guess he's just running the show by himself now.
Jeez. Purunga. So he did the giant dragon from that Namek? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. What else was he in? Darker Than Black? Spice and Wolf?
Oh, Darker Than Black. What a good show.
Yeah. Attack on Titan.
Have you watched any of those? I haven't watched any of it yet.
No, everybody seems to really love it, but I feel like if I'm going to get into it, I'm getting it in deep. So
yeah.
He's in Full Metal Alchemist, too.
Yeah, man, I kind of petered out on that show.
I watched the first series and really liked it, and apparently the second series is way better. So I need to watch that someday.
I didn't even know there was a second series. I watched the two movies. Like the second movie, I'm like, all right, I had enough of this.
Oh, I watched that first movie, and that was really good, but ironically, it might have been a little long for its own good. As weird as that sounds, making it through 26 episodes of that show.
Well, then we're in I was in marathon mode too. I was exhausted from it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. I'll get back to it at some point.
Yeah.
Alrighty. No, I don't need what I spent money on. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get this rolling. Ugh, I need to play some more Battleborn.
Yeah.
All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for April 18th, 2016. Oh, dude, Ip Man. My box set of Ip Man comes out on the 19th. I'm excited. All right, Axiom Verge for the PlayStation Vita.
It's finally here. The Vita Viking can rest easy.
Yes, you can. Invisible Ink for the PlayStation 4.
It's supposed to be really good. I might try this.
And the Banner Saga DOS for PC and OS X.
Honestly, I had no idea this was under development, and now it's out.
Huh.
I never got a chance to play the first one, so yipes, way behind. All right, let's move on to news stories. A couple weeks ago, we didn't talk about it on the show, but Sony shuttered the Drive Club developer Evolution Studios, and smartly, Codemasters is going to pick them up. So
Ooh,
now we're
that
going to
is
take
a
like the two really good driving developers and just smush them together.
I wonder whatever happened to the Bizarre Creations guys. Where do they landed for Project Gotham?
God, they made Blur, and that kind of fell on its face. And then,
Well, I think Blur was a case in point that you had to beta way too long.
yeah, too much, too long. And then, if I remember correctly, I think a bunch of them went to Turn 10, if I remember. So, making Forza really good. So yeah, that's exciting. It's nice to see Evolution Studios got picked up really quickly, because I think people were really worried that the developer that made Drive Club really great, once it got over its really rough launch period, you don't want to lose a developer like that. And especially people don't want to lose their jobs. So
Right, yeah.
nice to see they landed somewhere pretty safe. And also a developer that knows racing games. So it's not like you get to join Koei Tecmo. It's like, what?
What?
Am I making a
We're gonna get Automonolista all over again.
yeah, am I making a Samurai Showdown game now? Like, what's going on here? Next news story here. Trademark filing suggests we might get a new Katamari game. Amazing Katamari Damacy.
Nice.
I just wanted to bring this up mostly to say please, but
Yeah.
keep it simple. I think that when all you need to do with Katamari is take Katamari, bring it over to PS4 and Xbox One.
That's right.
That's it. Don't add anything crazy. Don't add any more hot and cold levels. You want to add a level where you only get points when you roll up animals? Great. You just need to keep making Katamari. This is one of the times where you don't need to innovate.
Yeah.
I will buy it if you keep making it.
Just get me them singing ducks.
Yeah. On the other side of the coin here, apparently there's some problems with Oculus Rift shipments. In that they're not happening. So, we've been talking a lot about VR here, and as much as I'm not super interested in VR sort of overall, I think from an industry standpoint, it's really important. Most importantly, some people, especially those that either kickstarted or pre-ordered the Rift pretty early on, just aren't getting their headsets. There's one guy here that pre-ordered 12 minutes after it went on sale. His got pushed back 2 months. So it was supposed to be originally delivered in May, and now it's going to be in June. And I think normally it would make sense. You're making this new thing, and parts are slim, and you're trying to figure out your manufacturing process. You've already had 2 products out already, and you've been ramping up production. And also nowadays, oh no. That's good times. Thanks, dogs. If you have not watched the video of this episode, YouTube.
At least I was prepared for that.
Yeah, you caught that one.
I did catch that.
Good helping, dogs.
All right. Come on, go.
This is hour 1:32. 14.
God, get over there.
We're just gonna take a break. Hold on.
All right. Hi.
Hi. All right, coming back in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so cardboard incident. We're back. I think the thing that is frustrating about this, looking from the outside in, is you're not the only kid on the block now. Like if Oculus Rift was the only VR guy on the block, and you had to wait 2 more months. It's that old South Park episode where Cartman buys that amusement park and doesn't let anybody in, and they go crazy for it. The Vive is out.
Yep.
And people can get that.
Samsung VR is out.
And that's been out for a while. And sure, it's not great, but it's way cheaper.
And what? Sony's probably going to be out before the end of the year.
Yeah, PSVR is supposed to, it's the strong rumors that's coming out in the fall. So when you look at all that, a 2-month delay where they've been quiet for a while, and they say, quote, we've already fulfilled a large number of the orders, and more are being fulfilled in regular cadence, end quote.
Not the guy that ordered 12 minutes in.
Right,
Come on.
like, it's sort of frustrating, especially when you have the money and the power of Facebook behind you. There's this perception, and I don't feel that it's wrong to say an expectation, that a launch like that will go smoothly for a product that seems done. It seems like a problem you could throw money at.
Yep.
And just make it happen faster. Oh, it's 2 weeks out? How does $1 million sound?
Yeah, how about we don't mess this up?
Yeah.
Like, this thing is probably going to be plagued with issues to begin with, and not having a smooth launch, oof.
Yeah, especially since the Vive. And to be clear, nobody listening or watching should think that we're taking sides. We have zero experience with either one of them. But the Vive came out, but the Vive came out and had a fairly strong launch. And there's hundreds of games of varying quality all over Steam, but you can get a headset, you can plug it in your PC, you can fire up Steam, you can play some stuff. And I know that's the experience that Oculus Rift has had so far, but the number of units out there so far has been pretty slim. So I don't know. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Next news story here, we have a rumor that potentially the Nintendo NX, sort of a two-pronged rumor here. The first half of it is the Nintendo NX rumors that it's going to be more powerful than the PS4, kind of across the board. CPU, RAM, GPU, everything. That seems crazy.
How old's the PlayStation 4?
Well, what is it, 2 years now? Both consoles are about 2 years now? It seems really strange if that's true, because that hasn't been Nintendo's MO since
The SNES.
Since the N64. SNES and Genesis were fairly comparable power-wise, but since then it hasn't really been their focus. It's more been the games and the experiences and the multiplayer and the controllers in the last couple gens. But for them to come out potentially with a console that's more powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One, that seems weird. And then the other half of it is they're talking about making sort of NX versions, sort of pulling up, the most recent Smash Brothers, Mario Maker, Splatoon, kind of their big tentpole releases for the Wii U, and kind of up-resing those and bringing them over to the NX. This all sounds un-Nintendo.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they're a game company again.
Mm-hmm. I would almost expect, Mario Maker 2 or Mario Maker NX. You can still bring in your
I find it so funny though.
Mario Maker 64.
It wasn't Super Mario Bros. It was Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, new Super Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers. Wii U.
Yeah.
Come on.
New Super Mario Brothers U. That sounds more like Nintendo, where it's, we have this online infrastructure now. We'll just make a second one of these, and there'll be more stuff, but you can carry over your old stuff. Not really, we're going to pick up this thing and bring it over here and put it in 1080p or whatever frame rate they're going to be shooting for. I mostly want to talk about that because that seems like a Sony move more than
Yeah.
anything else. Where it's like, hey, we got a PS4, we up-resed God of War 3, and we up-resed Ratchet and Clank, and remember all this cool Crash Bandicoot stuff? We got that too. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
I wonder if they're how low their cash flow has got to be getting. Are they finally almost out of Wii money?
I mean, the 3DS is still doing well for them. It's not doing DS gangbusters, but no consoles right now are doing great. That's why they're getting into the mobile side of things, because Monster Hunter doesn't sell stuff like it did anymore right now. So hopefully, I'm sure Pokemon
Well, they can only
Go,
milk that udder so many times before it goes stale. I mean,
that's true. And it's hard for a lot of people at this point to carry both a new 3DS XL, which is big, and then your smartphone. If you have something on your smartphone that you and your friends are playing together, that's where you're going to go anyway.
yeah.
So, I don't know. Nintendo's in a really weird position that I wonder. Hopefully they'll show something at E3 during one of their Nintendo Directs. Hopefully we'll get more concrete info about the NX. It might be coming out later this year? That seems to be the rumor.
That's bananas.
That would be really soon. Quite
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah.
I mean, we're already 4 months into the year, and they're talking about getting new hardware out. That's
Yeah. Especially so hot on the heels of Wii U.
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy pants as well, allegedly, don't sue me. Leslie Benzier,
Sure.
former head of Rockstar North. I don't think we talked about this in January, but basically took a sabbatical from Rockstar North September 1st, 2014, came back in January of this year, and got let go. And now he is suing Take-Two Interactive for $150 million, saying that the company tried to force him out after his time off. And
That's.
I mean,
This is why I don't take vacations.
that's true. How can they fire you if you never leave? I don't think that's
At least I'll see it coming.
Yeah, that's true. Part of it seems to be that he felt like he was continually getting pushed out of the company even before he took his sabbatical, and then once he came back, apparently he just was locked out of everything. The interesting
Wasn't he locked out of the building too?
that was one account that I have read, which, as someone who has been on the IT end of letting people go before, that's sort of how that works, dude. Like, if you don't work there anymore, you can't get back in.
But isn't that the point of the sabbatical? Is to be able to take your hiatus and still have your job?
Yeah, like get refreshed and
Yes.
as head of Rockstar North, that's going to be a lot of GTA stuff, and that sounds like GTA development is just crunch hell forever. And you ship GTA 5, go take a vacation. That sounds legitimate. Also surprising is Rockstar Games actually gave a statement to IGN. Part of it is, quote, his claims are entirely without merit and in many instances downright bizarre, and we're very confident this matter will be resolved in our favor, end quote. So
Wow.
Rockstar being Rockstar, like usual, sort of being like, we're right, they're crazy.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
See you later.
But also, interestingly, they said, quote, sadly, the events that culminated in his resignation ultimately stem from his significant performance and conduct issues. Despite our repeated efforts to address and resolve these issues amicably, both before and after his departure, Leslie has chosen blah, 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 end quote. So it's interesting to see a company come out and say, like, no, man, we let him go because he wasn't meeting the needs he needed to as, like, the head of a company. So we let him go. So
Yeah.
this isn't any, like... it was interesting to see them come out and be like, this isn't any crazy sort of conspiracy plot against him. We felt like he wasn't doing what he needed to do. So, Interesting.
Oh,
$150 million. That's too much money.
Well, he feels like he's owed royalties. On what?
I mean, maybe.
If that's in his contract language?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if there's some profit sharing thing going on, which if there was, good on you, because you got some profit sharing for GTA.
Yeah.
At that point, if you have profit sharing for GTA, maybe you are owed $150 million. But if not, that might be too much. Maybe you weren't getting paid $75 million a year as part of your salary.
Yeah, or they were going for the swing over the fences and settling for what they think they should get.
Yeah, how does 50
I just
sound?
think
Well, I guess I'll take it.
yeah, even
Yeah.
that I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They'll settle for $5 million.
Oh, probably. I'd take a $5 million settlement.
I would too.
Write check too. All right, let's talk about tweets here.
In care of.
Yeah, just make it out to cash. I kept forgetting about NY Badger's tweet from a couple weeks ago. So let me find it here. I just had it, and it scrolled off the screen. It is... Oh, my God. Hold on. Sorry. This is words. All right. Any games you started, loved, and had to put down for any random reason that you just never went back to? That's a good question. I feel like this happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Dishonored, I never really got back into it after I found my little razor traps, but it's another one. BioShock 2.
Oh, yeah.
You ever really sat down and finished that sucker?
That game was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What have I done lately? I feel like there's been a string of...
What have you done lately?
Yeah, the terrible things, you monster. Man, I feel like there's been a bunch of them. Asura's Wrath is one that's still kind of sitting in the background.
Our little pre-show conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. Asura's Wrath for me is one of those where it's like I got half an hour in, I was like, this is really great. I'll get back to this. Oh, look at this other thing I haven't finished yet. And then it just goes on the pile.
It snowballs, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's too much stuff coming out nowadays.
Oh, Tomb Raider. I still haven't.
I mean, after
I bought that thing twice.
That deer did you dirty.
Yeah.
That jerk.
Still upset about that deer.
Yeah. I feel like this happens with me way too often. And it's happening way more often with like 3DS and Vita games, because the idea of having that thing plugged in and picking it up and now updating the firmware and I'm good.
Oh yeah, the second that updating cycle starts, like you just check out and move on.
Yeah, I'll play more Enter the Gungeon. That's readily available. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't have any ones that are really sitting in the queue right now, because I actually finished Witcher 3. I don't think I got into Arkham Knight too deep to really say like I gave that an honest go. It opened up into open world and I'm like, no, I can't do this right now.
But I haven't seen his parents die yet.
That's true. Not yet. It'll be there. It's waiting somewhere in that game. I can feel it. Ugh. Our Adder Black 39 writes in, "Hi guys. Hi.
What's up?
Which developer would you like to see take the TV/video game cross-media approach as Remedy did?" That's a good question. I would like to see Telltale do that with The Watchmen. And have like an animated series cutting in between each episode.
Like something completely unrelated to The Watchmen being The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like have it like your local police department, or from the perspective of the Knots. That'd be really interesting.
There you go.
Oh man. I really can't say id.
No, I was trying to think, like, could we do that with Doom? But I don't think that would really work out.
No. I'd like to see Valve do something. They have a lot of properties that would lend themselves to an expanded universe.
Have something like Portal in between. There's some sort of... You're working at aperture science in between decisions.
Yeah, and not have anything labeled like it was supposed to be.
That's true.
You just like I think that's Gabe Johnson. I don't know. Like no one ever calls him by his name or anything. You just
Yeah.
have to connect the dots yourself.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun show. I'd watch that show.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like almost all episodic games, by their nature, could fit into this really nicely. What about
Yeah,
The Walking
really.
Dead? Have a quick little show clips in between. All
Oh,
the actors
I
around
don't know
anyway.
about that. I mean, that kind of is already happening. I think if you're taking like in like original IP and
Yeah.
making it a TV show, like someone that's doing, I don't know. I mean, like I think Gearbox has their writing strong enough. I think they could carry a season of a TV show with any
Sure.
one of their things. They're doing.
Gearbox would be a
Uh,
really good choice, yeah. Actually, that would probably be one of the best ones, I would think.
I would love to see what weirdness Platinum Games would come up with.
Just have their own anime in
Yeah.
between. Just here's
Oh,
25 minutes of crazy
Yeah,
anime.
come on, have Arc Sys do whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Arc System do an anime.
I mean, they're basically doing it already.
Yeah.
I sorry, I'm writing down a title here. I think I would go for Gearbox. I think that could be
Yep.
interesting / crazy.
Well, I mean, you're kind of living that out in the game section, but you know what they've done just alone with what happens between characters off screen is just. I would love to see that stuff go down.
Yeah.
Like how did whatchamacallit the Berserker, what the hell is his name? The big guy from one
Oh, Brick?
Brick. Yeah, how did Brick become leader of the scavengers?
Sure,
Like
yeah.
like I would love to see how that happened.
Yeah.
Or how did Lilith become the Firehawk?
Yeah. All that fun backstory stuff.
Yeah. Like just tie up these loose ends. I think there's plenty of content you could create for that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to emails here. First one up from Jive495, titled "The Tyler Durden of Video Games." It says, "Hey dudes, Jive495 here. Long time, first time. Hi.
What's up?
I was listening to the latest Beastcast, and during discussion about Uncharted 4, someone made a joke about Nathan Drake being Tyler Durden to Sully's Ed Norton. Mind blown. I want this to happen so bad, but I can't think of what franchise it would work the best in. This is where you come in. I need you to be my meatloaf." So what established franchise do you think this could happen in, and what franchise would you want it to happen in? Thanks for the great show and the warm hug.
They kind of do that in Quantum Break. It is really they do something really clever in that game. But you got to have two like a protagonist and antagonist, like kind of thing going on there.
Or the dual protagonist sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gears of War, have Dom be his figment of his imagination.
that would actually be really good. Especially if it was only like 2-player co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Oh, dude, Army of Two.
Oh god. Those games were so fun.
They
were
were
never
fun.
that good. They were really fun though. I'm surprised that
so-
didn't happen in Kane and Lynch, to be honest
They were
with
so dude, bro.
you. Yeah.
Oh my God! Have whatchamacallit? Have Deus Ex end with some girl looking at a snow globe.
It's true. Her name is Rosebud. I feel like that's a really good point. I feel like almost any 2-player co-op game could probably go that way. If you could craft your story interestingly enough, then
Alpha Protocol, have your main character be some figment of Walter Heck's
that's true. It's just all Stephen Heck's
crazy
mind.
mind balls.
Yeah, I'd play that. That'd be pretty good. Next email here is from Jimbo Jangles. Wanted to ask if got a
Jimbo
donation.
Jangles, that's a great name.
It is. Thank you very much for your donation. I did actually get it. I just got it. So thank you very much. Your support is appreciated,
Get it,
especially
got it good.
as I'm unemployed. Ivan P writes in and says, "Hi guys, I've been listening to your show since episode 1. Holy crap!
Wow.
Thank you for still listening to this really dumb show. And I'm now just joining the forums. Thank you for joining.
Mark yourselves on the map.
Yes. Just want to tell you guys how much I love the show over the past year, and thanks for the entertainment, especially when I'm grinding an RPG or trophy/achievement hunting." Then he follows up with an email with a bunch of stuff here. Hi guys, just want to ask you some question for the lulz. So he has 5 questions here. They're kind of lightning round ones. Number 1, Batman or Superman? Batman?
Neither.
If I had a gun to my head and someone was killing my parents outside of an opera hall, Batman.
Like, what's the context? What am I choosing between the two? Which one I like better?
Yes. All it says is 1, Batman or Superman.
Oh, the answer's always got to be Batman.
Yeah, thank you. Number 2, what 2 foods would you mix together? For me, it's boneless Chinese food and pizza. Crazy, but it works. What 2 foods would you mix together?
Boneless Chinese food?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's boneless chicken and Chinese food, but I don't know. I'm curious about boneless Chinese food. I'm just curious about Chinese food in general right now.
Oh man.
I feel like, have you seen that commercial for Applebee's where it's a burger quesadilla? I feel like it's pretty hard to top something that crazy. But now you have me thinking
there's
about
cheese in the shell.
That's true. Oh my!
This changes everything.
I feel like you talking about Mr. Hero earlier in the episode is just making me think of a Hero Burger.
Yeah, I would like Oh no, I did a hot potato cheesesteak casserole once. It was awesome.
That does sound really good.
It was awesome.
God, I vote for that. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
You monster.
Got a big lump of sirloin, sliced it really thin, marinated it, throw it in with some fusilli pasta, whole bunch of cheeses. It was great.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Covered in Cheez-Its.
Number 3, what is the best Will Smith movie? Hint, it's Bad Boys 2.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's
sorry. I really liked Hancock.
Hancock isn't bad.
I really liked that movie. I thought they covered that character very well. Best movie? I don't know, man. He was really great in Holly. I'm sorry. That was an awesome movie.
I feel like maybe I don't know enough about... Maybe I'm not your Will Smith movie historian.
Really good in Concussion, too. That was a good flick.
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't even know. Can I have the ironic one and say Wild Wild West? Because it's terrible. It's just a bonus question. What's the best video game based movie you guys have seen? For me, it's been Advent Children or Silent Hill or the Tales of Vesperia movie.
No. I got the Far Cry movie that you both directed was really good.
Genuinely or ironically?
Genuinely good.
It was a good Far Cry movie or a good movie?
Yes. It was all of the above.
Wow.
I thought that did its point very, very well.
I might have to go watch that then.
Oh, or Postal. Postal was a good video game
Postal
movie.
Captured what that game's ethos.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And plus you got to see what's his name from The Christmas Story?
News Radio?
No, not that. Not him.
Yeah.
No, but Farkas, Scott Farkas from The Christmas Story.
Oh yeah, all grown up.
Yeah.
Number 4, what is a game you guys wish would get an official North America release? That's a good question. We get most games nowadays.
Oh, that Berserk game, because I don't want to read Chinese or Japanese.
Oh, the one for Dreamcast? Or the
no,
new
the
one?
The new one that was for PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why did we never get any Berserk stuff?
I don't know.
You sort of figure this super bloody game with a guy wielding a giant sword would sell just out of hand.
Yep.
Very weird.
Oh man, I just love that property though.
Yeah.
Telltale should make a Gantz game.
Who should?
Telltale.
Boy, that'd be a really great decision-based game.
Yes, it would.
Do you shoot this guy that looks like an onion?
I want green onions.
To watch that show again. Number 5, last but not least, cats or dogs? Cats.
Dogs.
The eternal battle. P.S. I'm from Bronx, NYC, if you wanted to know. I do want to know because New York City is the best city in the world. P.P.S. Jade Empire for life. You're a monster. Ghost Underground writes in the email titled Mascot. Hey guys, I've got a quick question this week. What game character would you each choose as a mascot or avatar to represent you? I don't know. To represent me? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like there's downsides to almost all of them. Crash Bandicoot can't even speak.
Yeah, but he's such a great suit.
I know.
You tell me how great would that be to be walking around and you Crash Bandicoot.
Just that giant foam suit.
That huge smile on.
Man, I miss those old Sony commercials. Like, remember the Ratchet and Clank real-life weapons commercials?
They're testing them out in the backyard.
It's so good. I don't know. Kratos. From my dark soul.
Yeah. It is. It's
yeah, you know me, eternally dark souled. Is there any, like, normal dude in video games? I'm like a normal dude. I'm a 34-year-old normal dude. I'm an IT guy. Who's an IT? Am I Stephen Heck? Just not unhinged? No Tide bottles?
Oh, man. Oh, geez. I'm trying to think what would be good for you. I have no idea what would be good for me.
I don't even know.
Asura?
Can't say Asura because you've never...
I've never punched a god in the finger.
You have never met a golden mechanical spider. That I know of. I haven't known you for your entire life, but... that one is really... I think that's the hardest question we have gotten on this show. Or maybe every video game main character sucks.
Maybe.
In some way. I'm Marcus Phoenix. Anya.
Anya.
My 2 fingers up to my ear. Oh, come on.
So this Sylvanian couple named I met them at a fish fry. Named their daughter Anya, and at first it was like Anya.
Anya.
What are you doing? I'm eating pierogies. Anya.
Jack, rip that door.
Ratchet and Clank. We go. Hey, you be Clank.
I don't know. Clank. Yeah, maybe.
I like the word sucks, but the character would encompass.
You know, only if I can be the Clank that can travel through time and make the multiples in Kraken time, I think it was.
Okay.
Do you have to be Ratchet now? We're basically... This podcast is basically a buddy cop movie.
All right. How about I'll be Jack, and you could be Clank.
2 robots going around the universe.
Why not?
All right. Jack and Clank. That's our game. So that's your answer.
Let me see. Jack and Clank, the precursor nightmare.
Oh, God. This show. Why are you guys still listening?
I don't know.
All right. And our last email from Andrew B. Hey guys, just a quick FYI, you guys talked briefly about Wolf Among Us last week and wondering if it's any good. Well, I just played through the whole thing this week and wanted to let you know that it may be Telltale's best game. The only thing that may be better is Borderlands. This one was so good. Also, it's free with Xbox Live Gold, so definitely snap it up. Thanks.
I did snap it up. Yep, I did snap it up. I have not played it yet.
Well, now you got it. Chilling on the old HDD. All right, that's our episode this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for writing in. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Email us tvgpfans@gmail.com. Tweet us at tvgp. Join us in the Discord chat room. It's always a really good. It's always a really good time. Everything else on the right hand side of the map.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Join us for our week of game night. That's Monday night, 10 p.m. EST. Left 4 Dead 2, backwards compatible. We're playing through the Xbox One, so please
Xbox
install it. Download the DLC. We need to play old school maps.
Yep.
And Tuesday, Destiny. Wednesdays, Rocket League on the PlayStation 4. I think the Hannah still has that going. Thursday night, Steam Game Night. We need to be better about that one a little bit. But yeah, Friday, rest of the night, I'll be probably playing Battleborn. And yeah.
And don't forget, this month's Game Club game is Spec Ops: The Line. I think it's even cheap on Steam now, too. So you can get it for pretty much anything. I've heard it's pretty interesting. So it's a shooter that apparently has a twisty-turny story. And don't forget you watch the show, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. Follow us there so you'll just get an email or a pop-up every time we go live. If you want to see archives, youtube.com/thatvideogamepodcast. And we'll see you all next week.
Laters.
All right, I have a lot
It
of
has
titles.
it has to be Jack and Clank.
I don't know. I have another one that I'm kind of voting for here, but let's go from... So, L4D 2 Dream Team, that's fine. Comedy Madness, yes, but no. I want to, but no. The one that I really like, Bread and Butter and Penicillin. I feel like, if anything, that's a TVGP title. This Is Why I Don't Take Vacation and Jack and Clank, The Precursor Nightmare. I really like Bread and Butter and Penicillin.
This is why I don't take any vacation.
Which one are you swinging for?
I like Jack and Clank because it's so us. That's so dumb. But Bread and Butter and Penicillin is...
It's so stupid. And it's so good. I'm going to circle that one.
Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Now we're going to show up on some sort of list.
Yeah, we're going to be on the list.
Yeah. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 443 for April 18th, 2016. Bread and Butter and Penicillin.
And I didn't die.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Really appreciate it. YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, the whole thing. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.